Good evening, everybody. This is Ron Pope, Chief of Operations and Marketing over here at Leafit, and welcome to the Inner Circle webinar. This is one of my favorite webinars of the week. This is where we bring leaders to you and let them talk to you guys about what it is that they're doing day in and day out to explode their businesses. Some of our speakers, they've got full-time jobs. Other ones are full-time building their network. You never know what you're going to get when you come to the Inner Circle. Last week we had some amazing speakers that one of them even went over some tax advice. He was an attorney, and I mean, you never know what you get when you come here. But I have to tell you, I've got a notebook full of notes that we'll be using in our training in the future with our future associates that come into Leafit, and I'm excited to get this underway. So without any further hesitation, let's go ahead and get started. I know we've got some new folks on the webinar tonight. So we will be covering just real briefly some of what is Leafit. You know, how does it operate? What are so many people so excited about? So what do we do? Well, we're the first social network ever, guys, to share the revenue back with our users. So when you create a leaf, which is a post, you create a post, tag a product to it, and that product or that tag generates a sale. You guys get a commission of that, and you get to choose from over, I've got 19,000 retailers on the screen right now. We just topped 20,000, so I need to update my slide there. We're over 20,000 retailers that you can choose products from. So when you snap a picture and you're looking at that picture and you see a nice pair of jeans or a chair or whatever it is, you type that item in real quick. It brings up the search results from over 20,000 different retailers. You choose which one you like, and you hit post. Literally within seconds, guys, you've created yourself a post on the Leafit social network that could generate you income. Right now, we're in the iTunes store for 7.0 and above. That's iOS 7.0 and above. We are also working on right now version 2.0, which will make us a full-on social network. On top of that, we're working on the desktop version for PC and Mac. So if you're somebody who is on a device other than a iDevice, other than an Apple device, and you haven't been able to access the social network, we are working on the desktop version that's going to make that possible for you. Now, one of the things I love to point out is the fact that we have a patent pending on this. All right, that we will take it out of a pending status when we're done with the different features that we want to add in. So the pending portion of that's based on us, but we have a patent in place right now. So you guys have first to market rights. You're going to have the opportunity to build your social network, to drag people over to Leafit from whatever social network you're on right now. And guys, it's very, very popular. There was another social network that launched recently, actually back in March, and this month they started going viral, over 50,000 signups an hour. And that's reality. That's what I want to go over with you guys right now, is what kind of market are we really playing in here, because you've never seen anything like what can happen here for you and your business. All right, we're talking about a market that is so massive, it's almost hard to fathom. I mean, even if you look at Pinterest on the lowest one on the chart here, 70 million users using Pinterest right now. Then you got Instagram, 200 million, 241 million, 540 million. Look at that. Google Plus came out in 2011, what is that, 3 years ago? And they've got 540 million users already. This is a market that's been around for a while. Facebook's been in it since 2004. Prior to that, you had MySpace, but Facebook has over 1 billion users. So do you think you could build yourself a business here that would go viral, that you guys could change your family's life and build a legacy for the next generations? I say absolutely. Let's continue on and analyzing this data here. I said the backbone to Leafit currently is taking pictures, okay? Well, how many pictures are downloaded or uploaded to the different social networks every day? How about 350 million to Facebook, and they're not even the one with the most picture uploads each and every day. As a matter of fact, it's Snapchat with over 400 million pictures a day. Just add up the number of pictures right there. It's literally mind-boggling, guys. So lots of opportunity, lots of room, but let's really recap this. I want to show you some of the markets that we're bringing together to make this opportunity possible for you. And we chose, just so you know, we chose to roll this out through the networking industry. We could have done like other social networks, raised capital and just rolled it out, but we wanted to give you guys an opportunity, and we chose to go this direction. It's been a very good decision for us at this point, and we look forward to a bright and prosperous future together. But the markets we're bringing together, first off, the highway that we're all going to drive down is the social networking. It's the social media. Over 2 billion users. That's up almost 1 billion users since 2011. Then you got the online advertising. When our user base gets big enough, we'll be throwing online advertising in there. Over $135 billion a year industry right there, guys, with a $17 billion increase just since 2012. So significant. Next, you got the affiliate and direct sales, the networking. Okay, $167 billion a year, increased by $2 billion in the last year here. So starting to see a pattern. I mean, we're working in an industry that is just exploding beyond belief. I mean, it's incredible. These are not our numbers. Well, these are numbers that you can find online that have been done through studies. E-commerce, okay, that's the the core to what we're doing here. You take a picture, then you tag a product to it. All right, but e-commerce sales 1.5 trillion. That's up from $1 trillion. That's $500 billion increase in 2 years. Add all this up, what do you got? How about a $1.8 trillion a year market? Doesn't take a whole lot of that, guys, to really change some lives. And I think we're going to be able to impact economies on a global scale with our business model here. Social network users are not stopping either. They're increasing. Matter of fact, if you look at 2014, we're right around 2 billion users. By 2017, just 3 short years from now, guys, they're expecting 2.55 billion users. So over 2.5 billion users. That's a 550 million user increase, give or take a few, obviously, but just in the next few years, and it just continues to climb. Now let's equate this to e-commerce sales. Okay, and what kind of projections are expected there? This one really got me. I got to say, when I started looking at this, you got 1.5 trillion dollars over here, guys, trillion. Okay, so we're not even talking millions or billions anymore. 1.5 trillion dollars in 2014. We continue up the ladder. By 2017, expecting almost $1 trillion more in sales than what we have this year. I don't even know how to quantify that. I mean, that is so much money going through that industry, and it doesn't stop. It's not just all of a sudden going to fall off and it's gone. I mean, it continues on and on and on and on to increase, and this industry just doesn't show any signs of slowing down, guys. So, you want to be at the right place, at the right time, with the right business model? Congratulations for finding Leafit. It's exactly what we're doing here tonight. Now, if you haven't downloaded the app yet and you want to do that tonight, it's very simple. Just join Leafit through the normal process. Get your sponsor's username, go to the replicated site, join as either a free affiliate or as a paid associate. Once you've joined Leafit, then simply click the banner in your back office and download the app to your phone, your iPad, whatever device it is that you're putting it on. That's the process. Now, back on that previous slide also, if you have already downloaded the app but you haven't signed up for Leafit yet, so you did it backwards, that's okay. Go to the replicated site for the person who invited you here, or to your sponsor, and just sign up using the exact same information that you used when you downloaded the app, and that'll link everything up. Okay. Now, the purpose of this call, again, is to bring leaders to you, and I'm excited about the speakers that we have here tonight. We're going to start off with Martin Reagan, who is one of our Associate Advisory Board members. You can see that he's also a very solid leader for his team. He's done a great job for us, and I'm excited about the future that we share together here. You can see he's personally enrolled 18, personally invited 383 people that have either signed up as an affiliate or as an associate, and over 3,851 people total in his group from what he started. And I got to tell you, Martin supports this company. He's always there, never says no, and I have to imagine that's the exact same way he is with his team. And so without further ado, guys, I give you Martin Reagan. Martin, are you with me? Are you muted?
I'm here, Ron.
There you
Can
are.
you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Martin, why don't you
Yep,
go
can you hear
ahead
me?
and yeah, go ahead and take the webinar and just talk to the folks here tonight. And I'm sure you've got something wonderful planned for them. So I'll get out of your way.
Okay, thank you very much, Ron, and welcome everyone. It's great to be back here again on the Inner Circle. For those of you that have heard me before, hopefully I won't repeat too much of what I have done in the past. I'd just like to start off with a bit about myself first, and I'd like to go right back to when I actually started in the workplace. As with everyone, I left school and got myself a job, and it just happened to be in the catering industry, and luckily I enjoyed it. They offered me the opportunity to train as a chef, and so I accepted that and decided that I'd put everything into it. With the company I was with, it wasn't really a high class company, but it was a start. And I realized that if I wanted to progress, I needed to learn as much as possible. So what I did was I actually took a second job in the evening and had to cycle um, 30 miles there and 30 miles back, not really for the money, but because it was a really high class restaurant called Bentley's, which is well renowned in the area where I lived, and the chef was quite famous. So had the opportunity of working with them, and so I made that commitment so that I could actually learn the industry. And that's kind of stood me in good stead, not from the actual knowledge that I learned, but the actual education that I got from my perseverance. And that kind of took me through all the jobs that I've ever had since then, as that I learned from my first experiences that to get on and progress, you had to put in a little bit of extra time, forego a couple of nights drinking with your friends or going out. Not all of them. You don't have to sacrifice everything, but you have to put a little bit of extra effort in. So then my career progressed, and I won't go through all the next 30 years of that. You can ask me over for after dinner speaking if you want my private message. But all the way through that, I was always learning and always taking extra qualifications, even for companies that I was working for. I got qualifications so they didn't have to get outside trainers in, and I even got qualified to the level where I could actually teach as a teacher. And for a little while, I did actually teach chefing in a local college, which was an eye-opener. Decided that teaching wasn't for me after that little foray into there. I then went on and started my own business because I wanted to get out of what everyone calls the rat race, I suppose, and the really unsociable hours that comes with being in that profession. I didn't get away from the unsociable hours, and I became even more of a slave to my own business. And that's when I discovered the word residual income and network marketing. So after having my own business for 7 years, I sold that and tried a few things, got involved with network marketing, and it suited me to the ground because from my bio that you can all see there, the two main people in my life are my daughters, and I needed to spend a lot more time with them and watch them grow up. Now, I've been very lucky, and I've been able to take to network marketing quite easily because of my exposure to talking to lots of people all the time, because of the industry I've been involved in, and that I'm fairly outgoing. And my willingness to actually, if you like, give myself a bit of self-development and learning as much as I can about what I'm doing at the time. Now, even today, when I was having a coffee after taking the kids to school. Um, I have a little moment every day where there's a course by Darren Hardy, which is based around having a 10-minute listen with him every day. And today's one was fairly interesting because it was only 10 minutes, but it explained about how the balance between what he calls the two E's, education and entertainment. Now, when everyone leaves school, they think that's it, they don't have to do anything else. But in reality, I believe that you can never stop learning. And one of the things I learned from that today was that 95% of the people spend more time in entertainment than they do educating themselves after they leave school. So 5% of people continue to learn and investigate. And I'm not talking about sitting down and doing courses, just it could be anything. For example, I did a leaf the other day, and it was with my daughter, and she chose some pink flamingos, and we just wanted to discover why flamingos were pink. And before we actually finished the leaf, we did a little bit of research, and we came up with the answer through research and learning that it was because of the things that they actually ate, which I never knew, so I thought I'll put that on the leaf as well. So learning can be fun. It doesn't have to be actually looking through big volumes of information and writing loads of stuff down. But as long as you're educating yourself in whatever topic that you're interested in on a daily basis, it's far more useful to yourself than watching or doing things that can be a bit sedentary, is what I call them. Now, my aim of getting into this industry was to spend more time with my children, have more influences over how they see life, and be a positive influence on them. And in fact, it's actually the other way around, because when you actually watch younger people go around their daily investigating and doing stuff. For example, we went to the beach the other day, and there was nothing on the beach whatsoever. But within half an hour, they've constructed a city. And I think as adults, we sometimes get a bit hung up that if it's not there, sat on the table in front of us, already made and shiny, then we haven't got what we want. But in fact, you actually need to take what you've got and then create with it, whether it's just sand on a beach or various tools that you've got at your disposal. So I love spending time with my children because they actually make me feel more real in the fact that anything can be achieved as long as you can think it. Now, I got involved with Leafit just by pure chance. I wasn't looking for anything. I thought I was fairly happy in what I was doing, and Leafit caught my attention because of the innovative product, with it being a combination of social media, pictures, and affiliate marketing. And for me, having been involved for a number of years, realised straight from the go that it was just a wicked combination. And then finding out that Leafit had a patent pending on it, it just convinced me that it was just the place to go. Now, again, having been involved in network marketing for 7 years, only in the UK, because I didn't really know how to market globally, if you like. So it's been a learning experience for me, and I love it because I can be talking to someone in South Africa in the morning, talking to someone in Europe mid-morning, talking to local people during the middle of the day, and then talking to people from Hawaii all the way across America for the rest of the day. And it gives me a sense of adventure as well as excitement to go along with the product that is just truly amazing in the way that it's all combined. Now, another thing that really impresses me, and I've never seen anything like it before, is the speed and the professionalism that everything is put together for us. It's just incredible. I've only been involved since April, and the things that I've seen and everyone at corporate has put together is just amazing, and it excites me nearly every day, thinking, "Oh my God, what's going to be there? What's going to be there for us now?" And I don't have to worry whether it's going to be good or not, because it is. And then the app came out just over 2 weeks ago, and again, what an amazing product to start with. If you're building a house, for example, and you get the roof on, the doors and windows, and then you start putting in the furniture. And that's what they've done with the app. And the standard of which we've moved into this house, the fixtures and fittings are absolutely fantastic. And I know that all the extra little bits and pieces that are coming forever now are just going to be even more amazing and make the experience so wonderful. And actually going to the app, again, it's such an easy product to use. Having tried loads of other products out there, for example, the other day, I thought I'd try and see what Snapchat was like. And oh my God, I gave up. I've still had another go since, but it's not easy to understand, whereas the Leafit app is absolutely smooth, the picture quality is fantastic, and you can get really, really creative with it. Now, with actually sharing it with other people, again, it's so easy to do because it's such a visual product, and it is so visually impressive when you show people it. And that's the easiest thing that I find to sort of show people and get everyone else to do, is to show them the product. By hook or by crook, if you haven't got an iPhone or an iPad at the moment, there are demonstrations which are fantastic, and there are recordings that can be shown as well. So passing it on is very simple as well. You don't have to learn how to actually drive the car. You can actually sit in the passenger seat and let people test drive it themselves. Now, another thing that I like is that I can see where it's going as well, because everything I look at now, I put in the context of how can it fit into all this. You may laugh, but the other day I saw an advert for will.i.am and his new Lexus involvement with a car which has got cameras on the outside. And the minute I saw it, I thought, this is going to be incredible. I could be driving around and making leafs without even getting out of my car. And then there's so many things that that will be added on to the product that we have at the moment that will just make it absolutely fantastic. Now, as far as sort of building your teams go, it's all a case of going back to what I first said about learning as much as you can about the product, about the features, and just sharing it with your team. A lot of companies don't have the resources that are made available to you. They're absolutely superb. They're there at the touch of a finger, and you can actually share them within an instant with people. And then you just get your team to do the same. And then it's like, if any of you have heard of a story, I think it's by Jim Rohn, of the penny doubled. If you do it all on your own, it could take you forever. But if you've got loads of other people doing exactly the same as you, 100 people doing the same, then your numbers are just going to explode, and their numbers are going to explode, and before you know it, the numbers are, I'm sure, are not going to actually fit in the back office. And then the final thing that I would say to everyone is actually make a goal for yourself. Um, have an idea of what you want to achieve. It could be a number of people in your team. It could be a figure of money that you've got in mind. Take a look at that end figure. And as human beings, we have this unique facility where we can imagine where we want to be. And then we can work backwards and find out how to actually get there. It's a bit like, again, going back to building a house. You can visually imagine a plot of land with a house on it, without any house being there, and then you can just work through the stages of getting the things in place that you need to do, and with doing that, create as you go your list of things that you need to do on a daily basis, and you can add to them. And again, another thing that's unique to this industry is that everyone is willing to help. Um, ring me, ring your upline, speak to people, and they're not going to say, "Oh no, it's got nothing to do with me." Yes, the sort of general way is go to your upline and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter who you go to, as long as you form a relationship with them and you're sharing knowledge, getting knowledge, and then passing that on to the people that are asking you for the knowledge. And then everybody grows. So all I can say is it's an absolutely awesome opportunity. It's got limitless possibilities. The support from everyone at corporate is unparalleled to what I've ever experienced before. And the future is just going to be awesome for people that consistently and persistently put in regular effort into learning and sharing. So I hope those were useful bits of information. And as I say, if anyone wants to contact me at any time, feel free to.
Thank you so much, Martin. There's three key points I got from your speech. There is confidence, leadership, and relationship. And guys, I know that, and I haven't met Martin, face to face. He's halfway around the world from where I'm at, but I know that when he's going out to the coffee shop or wherever he's going to meet people, because he's got some really creative ways to interact with folks. But I know when he's out there doing that, the look in his eye is one of confidence and conviction. So, if you go forward, and I've been in sales for, I don't know, 20 years or whatever it's been now, but you go forward and you try and sell something without conviction or confidence in your face, and people will see right through it. But you go forward and you start talking to somebody and you are confident and you are convicted that what you have is the best product out there, you'll start making sales left and right. I mean, look at that. Martin has personally referred into the company over 383 people that have, well, he's probably referred more than that, but that's 383 that have actually signed up as an affiliate or an associate. That's pretty significant. That's bigger than some people's teams, total teams. So if you're wondering, well, how is he doing that? It's through the confidence in his voice, and his look in his face, and the smile on his face. I mean, it's things about Martin that draw you in, and you guys need to have that same conviction when you're out speaking with your prospects. The next thing I got was the leadership. Be there for your people. Be willing to help anyone. That's how I became a leader in this industry. That's why I've got databases with over 300,000 people on them. Is that I stepped up and I started helping people long before it ever benefited me. I was just an associate in the field for a company a few years back, and they didn't have a training system. So I stepped up. I created a full training system. I got a call from the CEO. From there, he said, "Hey, can you help us out over here?" So I went and helped out over there. Next thing I know, I'm becoming an executive for the company. I'm not saying that's going to be the same path that you guys are going to have here, but you know what? It's because of the fact that I didn't care who who was on my, well, I shouldn't say I didn't care who was on my team. I didn't care whose team the people were on that I was helping. All right. And that's the same thing that Martin just said. You need help, call me. Now on these calls, obviously we don't cross recruit, we don't share information, things like that. Or Martin would have, given you some contact information because that's where his heart is. He doesn't care whose team you're on, and that's the same thing that we all need to do in our each one of our local markets, and as well as internationally. Is if you've got somebody in the local market, and here in the near future, I'm gonna be making it possible to find out who's in each who the leaders are in each area. So that way, if there's local meetings or something going on, and you've got a new prospect over there that you want to send, let's say you've got somebody in Florida and you're living out in California, pretty hard to go out there and have a quick meeting. But maybe there's a leader out there that has already reached a certain rank and requirements that you could contact, okay, and say, hey, I'd like to send somebody over to your meeting. Now they're going to go, yeah, of course, because they may have somebody in California next week. You see, and so we have to reach a point here, guys, socially as a team where we don't care whose team people are on. All right, we are one big team, one big family here, building the next largest social network in the world. You guys are here at the beginning, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort from each and every one of us. Now, is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. Martin, if I was to ask you those 383 people that you referred and signed up here in the company, was it difficult? Or was it more so fun? Was it easy conversations to have?
It was easy conversations. It was fun, and it was exciting because they weren't people I was going to meet down the supermarket. Some of them are. Some of them are local people. But the excitement of meeting people all over the world is just awesome.
Absolutely, which means you've got some internet marketing and stuff going on too, which, guys, through the university, I'm going to go ahead and plug that one, but through the iGrow University, we teach you all about online marketing and tapping into the fastest growing market in the world right now, which is social media. Get in there, get your leads, and draw them, drag them over here or take them to whatever business it is that you're wanting to build. But through the university, it'll teach you how to build any business, online, offline, networking, or traditional. It doesn't matter. All right, and Martin obviously has some of that marketing going on. So again, if you're going, well, how do you get 383 people? He's meeting people all over the world through internet marketing. All right. Then Martin, you also talked about building relationships, and that's what we're all about here, guys. Is people will come to Leafit for the products and the network and the compensation plan and all these other great things that we have. But when the new car smell wears off, and it's time to go to work, and they're sitting there going, wow, I really got a business here I've got to build. And depending on what level you want to take it to, I don't want this to sound like hard work. As you just heard from Martin, it's not hard work. It's a matter of just taking action is really what it comes down to. But building those relationships, what's going to keep people here are the relationships, not the product, not the comp plan. That's why in the networking industry so many people jump around. You might be looking at them going, well, okay, they're already selling lotions, potions, and pills. Why'd they move to the other company? Must be the comp plan. Well, it could be the comp plan, or it could be something even far greater than all of it. Maybe it's the environment. It's the relationships that are being built, because that's the glue that will hold a company together. If you look at Amway, you look at Nika, Nu Skin, you look at these companies that have been around for a while, look at the environment that they have. Now, are they easy companies to build today? No, not necessarily, but they've got the environment that's going to keep their people there, and that's the same environment that Martin is creating in his team, the same environment I'm trying to create with the entire company, and all the major leaders that we bring onto these inner circle calls. They're all creating an environment of a sense of teamwork and networking within their team. So that's what you guys need to strive for. If you want to work smarter, not harder, build relationships. There's nothing better that you could do than build relationships and watch your business explode. Care about somebody. Actually take them by the hand. Take the time to work with 3 to 5 people and duplicate yourself through those folks and watch your business explode. I mean, it's just awesome what happens. Martin, thank you so much again, my friend, for coming out and sharing your time with us. And I know it's middle of the night for you over there. I don't know what it is, like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. So I appreciate your commitment and being here. I'm going to go ahead and move on, but thank you so much. Our next speaker here tonight is another very popular speaker that we have. It's Will Cormany, and Will is personally introduced 57 people, but look what's happened, guys. Look at the duplication, and that's what I love, about what Will does and the way that he builds through his team is look at the duplication. And you want to talk about another leader that loves his people? You're going to hear it from him here in just a moment. But went from 57 invites to 7,471 people in his team and growing every single day in leaps and bounds. And Will, are you on the phone with me?
Sound okay, Ron?
You're sounding great. I know that you're dialing in from a cell phone tonight. You're a busy man, and I appreciate you making yourself available to the folks on the webinar here tonight.
No, thank you, Ron. Always a pleasure to be here. And how do you follow Martin? I mean, Martin. If anyone out there had been the sponsor of Martin, you would be almost 4,000 strong from one person. And I think that's what's so exciting about Leafit and iGrow and everything that's going on here is we just have an opportunity that people have wanted, that people have dreamed about for a very long time. And not that this is the first attempt at that model, but in my opinion, the very best yet, and one that's about to do the things that we've all wanted. But anyway, this is Will Cormany. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Appreciate the time being on the call, and I've just really enjoyed the last 3 months and getting on these calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Q&As, the inner circle calls. The other day we had Elise and Tina. It was just a fantastic call, and we've heard from Justin and Martin, and there's just more and more people from more places coming onto these calls, and I understand that we're already scheduled out 2-3 weeks now for upcoming speakers. So this company is booming, it's growing, and it's for a lot of reasons. But what I have to really sit back and think about is, and I thought about this today, I have been a member of other companies, affiliate network companies, direct sales, MLMs, and I've seen some Facebook groups that we've created, and I've kind of gauged the excitement level based on turnout, new members, all those different kind of things. And I have to say that one of my measuring sticks on the whole initial Leafit was look at all of the new people who consistently show up, who are consistently asking questions. This has excited people in a way, in my opinion, more than just about anything I've ever seen. And that's not to go against any other company or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that when you have something that can work hand in hand with all of those other businesses, a non-threatening kind of environment, then you really have something unique. And when Ron was doing a demonstration the other day of some of the features we might see in the new back office, where people can actually express their biographies and a little bit about themselves and other things that they're a part of. I mean, it almost starts to feel like the environment that you have on your profile settings for other social sites like Facebook and LinkedIn and whatever you're a part of. So it becomes not the competition, but the, hey, if you're doing anything, even if you're not marketing, my number one question here lately has been, why would you not be?
Can I ask you to back up just for a moment? You cut out on your cell phone there.
Sure.
You said it feels like the environment, and when we lost the punchline there. So if you can go back.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry about that. And let me know. It feels like the environment that, where somebody would, sometimes in marketing, before we get to the fun, where, Snapchat was never should you join or could you join. Neither was Instagram. It was just something people did and people do. But my point with that was, sometimes in marketing, people feel like, well, mine's better than yours, and you should look at this for that reason. And that's not really the case here with Leafit or iGrow, because Leafit and iGrow, and it's becoming more and more known that this is a universal atmosphere for people to excel at whatever they're doing, because they're going to see more and more that they can set up a business, relationship and a business profile, and they can actually set up an environment that's more and more, about themselves. Ron, is this still okay? Might be muted.
Yeah, you're doing
But
great, Will. Thank you.
okay. So anyway, one of the things I was just thinking about earlier was when you have something to where you can go out and you can create a home-based business that you don't really have to go through an enormous learning curve. You can go out and do what you're doing already for free. That resonates big. And, I really got excited the first time that I saw the fact that, this is a point I really want to stress. If everyone out there knows that they're going to make a purchase tomorrow for whatever that is, if it's something you can't wait on, great. Go get it anyway and you don't need it right now. Can you imagine when this message gets out that you can post your own leaf and buy your own leaf and then not only receive it, but receive a commission for it? That's the kind of thing that, I've said since July when I joined, this is the kind of opportunity that you dream about. You already are going to purchase all of these items, but now you can purchase your own item from a very, picturesque, however you want to determine that. You can choose whatever photo you want to, create a leaf, buy your own product, and make a commission. That to me is just one of the most exciting things out there, because anybody and everybody can do it, and people already post all of these photos all day for free, for fun. And, it's just right now it's just a matter of getting that message out, and it's spreading and getting bigger and bigger. But, I'd like to just touch on a couple of other things right now. There's a lot of new members coming in all the time, day in, day out, and I know it's hard to keep up with all of the, different information out there, but in your back office of Leafit, you guys have got to make sure that you get your new members on the 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock daily app demonstrations with Mike Green. They're just incredible. And, I know a lot of people don't have the ability to post leafs yet, and they don't have an iDevice, and that's coming right around the corner. But even if you don't have one, jump on those, and you'll always pick up a new tidbit. I do every day, and it's just really exciting. Also, I wanted to mention that, 6 weeks, give or take, to the version 2.0, and with that we have, PC, Android, web-based, everything. Guys, I don't know how to say it other than to say that I'm grateful that we have that time. I'm grateful that, the Leafit app isn't perfectly, 2.0 and humming along right now, because what that does is it gives people an advantage. iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. The bigger you build your organization right now with free members, free, paid, doesn't matter, combination of both. The bigger you build that right now, the better for when that does happen. So you really do have, a month or two window. I guess the example would be, would you rather have this thing blow up and be available on every device, fully ready, and 2.0, if you had 10 people or 100 people? Obviously whatever that number that you have is going to exponentially multiply. So really think about, that you don't have to be the expert on explaining this to people and every little step of the way. Just invite people, and invite people to, come in, get a seat, grab a seat, and I'll tell you more later, kind of thing. Go ahead and get registered, and we'll talk later. The visionaries and the radicals and the entrepreneurs are going to identify themselves. But for the rest of the people, you don't even have to feel backed into a corner. Just, hey, sign up for this. This is really going to explode before long, and I want you to be a part of it. Be a part of history. Get your free spot. That kind of message, and it's a very non-threatening kind of message. Also, the other night I just want to kind of reiterate something I posted in one of our Facebook groups. When you start something like this that has a matrix and a compensation plan like this and a structure like this, you never know who you're going to meet. And I met a gentleman previously from Scotland who is currently in the United States named Glenn Whiteman through a first level or maybe even a second level, I believe, invitee of my own. And Glenn is responsible for bringing in a total of almost 1,000 people. And a very large majority of those people came from another couple, Robert and Jeannie Bolton. And for those of you who have been around a while, you've heard from all these people on the Inner Circle calls. But, that's something that until you experience it and you understand that you told someone who told someone who told someone who brought in someone else who brought in 1,000 people. It's, obviously it's not the norm. You can't say, remember when we did this other business and that kind of thing, and, those people turned into thousands. It's the kind of thing, the message that I'm really trying to get across here is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be armed with casual, nonchalant information, because the person that you meet at the convenience store, if you just walk past them, if the conversation that you have just ends with nothing other than hello, then that's where it's going to obviously end. But if you just go out of your way more and more often to make the introduction to Leafit, to iGrow, then what you can possibly see on your third, fourth, fifth, seventh level it'll just be astounding. And I've seen this, multiple times over the last, 5, 6, 7 years. But in this case, it's truly going to be something that matters and that sticks. And, the point is this: you have to be where you're going anyway. You have to be at the grocery store anyway. Is it the greatest place in the world to market? No. Are you going to get a whole bunch of, go-getters just in your daily runaround? Probably not. But you have to be there anyway. The marketers already know what they're going to do. We're not looking for that. We're looking to duplicate all of the other people in the world who just like social environments, who just like apps, who just like, all of the things that they're doing online. And we're looking how to influence that. So if you have to be at all the places that you have to be anyway, think about the people you know. I mean, if you know a store owner, any kind of store, if you have customers coming through the door, that's nothing more than another word for traffic. If I owned a store, why wouldn't I be a member of Leafit and have my information on the counter? There's no reason. I heard the story the other day of the barber. I think Mike Green might have brought this up, and I don't know if it was Here and Now or another company, but you're a barber and you have a captive audience in your chair, many times a day, and whatever business that barber was in, he had a whole lot of sign-ups, because of that. So if you really just kind of go out and think about, have some black and white flyers. They're cheap, they're easy, type them up in Microsoft Word, print them on your printer, run down to Staples, have one little slip of paper that's on, five duplicates on one copy. You print one copy, it's 5 flyers. You print 100, you have 500 flyers for under $10. And, that's just the kind of thing that I've always done. I never miss an opportunity. If I'm at a drive-through, there's someone that's going to hand me my change, and when they do, I'm going to hand them a flyer. And at the same time, I might even flash the screen of my app and say, have you seen this? No. Okay, well, go here. It's just that easy, and it's just that fun. Completely non-threatening. There's no, huge fees for people to pay when you have a product that is completely free. Look, they're going to figure it out later. All the free members have the opportunity to not only earn money, but they're going to be able to see down the road what they might be leaving on the table. And sooner or later, if someone, is working within the environment and they're leaving money on the table, they're going to upgrade. Someone's going to reach down to them through all the other levels, and they're going to upgrade. This is the kind of, company and compensation plan that does create a chain reaction. If someone down there on level 7, 8, 9 makes a purchase, and then everyone in between you and them makes a commission and gets a notification, obviously, what happens then. So, just a fantastic company. Everything that corporate, Ron, Mike, I know Mike's not corporate, but he could be. He's a founding member, chose to go out and build, and Lawrence, all of the people up there, everything that's going on. Very excited for next week. I think we have a pretty firm date that next week we're going to have a new back office. Guys, this is really important because there's a roadmap that comes with the new back office. Right now, there is a lot of people who, as excited as we all may be, we just don't know what we have and what we should do to advance. There's a roadmap coming with the new back office, and it's going to be incredibly exciting. A lot of people who are in currently did not see, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, some of the slides and that sort of thing that's coming. So get ready for, a lot of fun stuff. And Ron, as always, I appreciate the time to be on, and look forward to everything you guys are bringing our way.
Thank you, Will. Really appreciate that. I mean, I can't even add anything to it, but I got a ton of notes here, and it's incredible when I get to hear, because Lawrence and myself and the team, we put our head down and just go to work, and then we look up once in a while and go, I hope people appreciate that. Hopefully they see what we're doing over here, and we get the message out to you guys properly and stuff. And then when we come on these calls and I get to hear from some of you guys, it's just I love it. It's incredible. It's makes it worth the commitment and everything that we put forward. So the kind words that both you and Martin have had here tonight, I really appreciate. And we didn't pay them for those compliments and those comments either, guys. So really appreciate it. And Will, the fact that you're also an associate advisory board member, and the amount of time that you spend analyzing and giving your input back on behalf of for the people in the field. And guys, I got to tell you, he does it partly for the company, but a lot his heart is with you guys. I mean, the fact that that he has the ability to interact with corporate and bring those different comments and suggestions back to the table here, and then myself and my team, we grab a hold of it and we run forward and and try and make your guys' vision and what you want to see here a reality for you as well. And we are moving fast and we are working hard, and so just want you guys to know, from corporate, we're here for you. All right, and you just heard it from Will. You can't get any closer to us than Will and Martin and the other associate advisory board members. And I put the AAB in place so that we could have that interaction, because from day one, since I entered into the networking industry back in it would have been about 96, 97, somewhere around there. I saw a lot of flaws in companies, and the ones that upset me the most were the ones who didn't care about us in the field. They didn't care what we were doing, and it was more about their bottom lines and things like that. Now, obviously, to be a company and be in business, you have to worry about your bottom line and make sure that you're healthy as a company. But we won't be healthy, or any company won't be healthy if they're not thinking about you guys. All right. And now that I'm on the other side of it, and I'm the one running the company, my commitment is here to make this your company. All right, and to do the things that you guys want to see, and within reason. I mean, sometimes I'm going to have to say, that won't work, not with the business model. But I always try and find a way to say yes. And because I know I've been where you guys are at. I've been out there. I've been talking to prospects, and I know some of the different things that you guys are looking for. And at the same time, through my experience over the years, and literally leading close to 300,000 people in the last 24 to 30 months here. in the networking industry, I've had a lot of experience. I know what works and what doesn't. And that's why, obviously I've been building, networking companies for a while now. I'm sensitive to you guys. I'm sensitive to what you need when you go meet with a prospect. But at the same time, as you've heard from Will and Martin tonight, it doesn't matter how much we do over here at corporate if you don't use it. All right. So it doesn't matter how good the website is, doesn't matter how good the back office is, doesn't matter how great the videos are. None of that stuff matters if you don't take action. All right, so that's something that I would definitely suggest is if you haven't gone to, all the webinars, if you're not listening to the recordings, if you haven't started using your sales funnel yet, if you haven't talked to anybody about your business yet, any of that type of stuff, I'm going to end this the same way I always do, and that is wage war on procrastination. All right, if you're sitting there tonight and you haven't got your team started yet, and you've just listened to Martin Regan and Will Cormany, and they took time out of their life, away from their families, to be here tonight to share their messages with you guys. If you haven't started building your team yet, and you haven't even picked up that phone yet, I don't want to sound like like a call center commercial or something, but pick the phone up and start making some phone calls. All right. If you're afraid to call somebody, send out some emails with a link to your sales funnel. But do something. All right. That's the most important thing here. What's another? The term is don't let paralysis of analysis set in. Do something right now. And start your team building. Because guys, I got to tell you, this business is a whole lot more fun when you're not doing it by yourself. and you make better money too when you have a team. So do something tonight. End your day right now with sitting down and making a list of what you're going to do when you get home from work tomorrow. If you don't have a job, what are you going to do first thing in the morning? Because if you don't plan for it tonight, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're not going to, you didn't plan for success. And when you get home from work, it's too easy to come up with excuses. Or if you don't have a job, it's too easy to go, grab a coffee in the morning and tool around and just, find busy things to do. And, for a long time, I let my life be all about just busy stuff. And it wasn't until there was a mentor of mine, a multi-billionaire out of Houston, Texas. Matter of fact, he was best friends with Joel Osteen's dad. He helped plant the churches down there. And this guy poured into my life, and he said, you're a great small businessman, but you need to learn to delegate. You need to learn to, leverage your time, your energy through other people so that you can become a big businessman. And when I realized that leverage was what was going to take me to that next level, and it was a little bit of a struggle, guys, at first. I mean, if you're somebody that is like me and you like to control your environment, sometimes it's difficult to go out and work with 3 to 5 people and feel confident. Hey, these guys are going to they're going to take off. I'm going to be able to duplicate through them. But you start working with them and you pour your heart into them. Really let them know that you care about them, and spend the time that you need to duplicate yourself through them. Now, let me just back up for a second here, guys, because this is really important that you understand this part. Okay, you got to pick the right 3 to 5 people to run with. Okay, and 3 is easy. I say 5 because 5 gets you qualified for all levels of the compensation with us. But you got to pick the right people, and there's a term that you need to understand, and that is amateurs recruit and professionals sort. Okay, you need to be a professional in your business, and when you do that, your time is better spent. You're going to get your leverage much quicker. You're going to get the payoff much quicker. So make sure that you're sorting and finding the right leaders that you want to run with, that you could see yourself, socializing with and becoming best friends with, because you're going to spend a lot of years with these folks. All right, and you guys are going to be building relationships and building teams together. But sort your team and get moving, and do it tonight. Make that list so you know what you're doing tomorrow. All right, and so with that, I think that's a great place to end. Will, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate Martin, and just the amazing webinar that we've had here tonight. I don't even know what time it is now. We're right at an hour. So perfect timing. At this point, guys, I want to talk to you about a quick promotion that we have going on. We've got a 50K race. We're going to give away $200,000. You can find this in your back office through your money tab, and then you're going to click on the banner. You're looking at the first 5,000 paying associates, we're going to give $15,000 away. 10,000 paying associates, we're going to give 25,000 away. Those are to the individual who has personally sponsored the most associates that are currently paying at that time. But then, as I just said, it's all about building relationships. Okay, so when we hit 25,000 paying associates, that promo changes. And what we're going to go to at that point is it's who has the most personally sponsored associates who each have their 3 sponsored associates. And that person's going to get 50K. All right. Then we've got the 50,000 paying associate mark, and it's again going to go to the one who's built the strongest team, who's got the most personally sponsored associates who each have their 3, who's been building duplication in their group. $110,000 check is going to go to that individual. And guys, Will's right. We are on track. I've been pushing my programmers. You guys should be seeing next week a new back office, a new website, everything. And so there's going to be an announcement going out either Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure which day yet. That we're going to suggest that you guys make the webinar the following day, because we're going to walk you through the things that Will has been able to see already, which is the new front end, the new website, the new back office, and matter of fact, all of our associate advisory board members got to take a look at that. We're going to do a walkthrough, an official rollout for you guys next week. So make sure that you're watching your email, because you're definitely going to want to be on that webinar. It's going to really bring things into perspective, and also it's going to cut down on the calls to corporate customer service, because you guys will have been there. I will have walked you through it personally, so you understand what all the features are. But guys, right now, we're going viral. We're gaining momentum rapidly. Will's right. If you're going to do this, do it now. Get on board. Decide to move forward tonight. Get your sponsor's username. Go to their replicated website and secure your position. This timing is critical on this. We'll never have another start like we do right now. Okay, you're never going to have another opportunity to be involved in the first social network that shares the revenue back with the users. This is happening right now, and you need to secure your position with that and start moving on it. Download the app once you've secured your position. Follow the step-by-step system. Get involved. Make sure that you're on every single one of these webinars. Will said he's on every one of them Monday through Thursday. I see him in the webinars. We see your guys' names. We know who's here, and then we have folks that'll call and say, hey, what about this or what about that? Oh, we'll go check out the recording. There's some folks we know don't make it to the webinars. And my suggestion is, if you're going to build this business and you want it to replace your day job, or you want to become extremely wealthy, this business is going to make millionaires, guys. We're going to make a lot of millionaires. I'm very confident in that. I've looked at hundreds of business models, and I got to say, I've never been involved with one like this. I mean, this is going to blow away everything I've ever done in the past, everything you guys have ever done. I mean, I don't think any of us have ever built a multi-billion-dollar business with hundreds of millions of users. And that's what we're doing here today, guys. So get on board, get plugged in so you don't get left behind. Get on the phone, invite people to every single one of our opportunity webinars. We have 6 webinars every single day for you guys to send prospects over to. But most of all, more important than anything else, build the relationships as you bring your folks in. Let them know that you care and that you're here for them, because people are looking for a leader that's not going to leave them behind, guys. All right, so I want to say welcome to the team, and this right now, right here, is where the fun begins. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to our amazing speakers and spending this time with us. Have a great night.